Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Sorry, just gonna preface this. It's been a busy week, and it's taken me really this long to really sit down and read the One Piece, among other things. So obviously we're kind of coming to a real close here as far as coming up to the next chapter. But better late than never, I guess. So without further ado, I'm going to be talking about One Piece chapter 945. And it was a pretty good chapter, honestly. We got some reveals, we got some good stuff. I'm pretty good with this chapter, honestly. And so we start this chapter off with just kind of more of, so Zoro's fighting Kyoshiro, Orochi is shooting his mouth off at all the people around them, Sanji's taking on Drake, and you got Brook kind of scaring all the soldiers or whatever that are coming after them with his ghost form, and everybody's just kind of brawling out here. Things take an interesting turn, though, because Law has made it back to the field. He's got his basket hat on. I don't even know why he needs that at this point. I mean, look, the straw hats are still there. I mean, I realize that they're going by these fake names, but, like, come on. In any case, he has confronted Hawkins, who is guarding the prison. Well, prison, it's basically just a jail cell, a big one. And he's trying to get his crewmates back, but Beppo is not there, it's seemingly. And another problem, it would appear that Hawkins is now using his crewmates as his, like, I forget what the exact term was, but it's like when he, like, can, like, sacrifice another person's life before his own. So he's basically using them as his puppets, so Law can't really kill him without, or hurt him without hurting his crewmates, which makes everything way more complicated than he was hoping for it to be. We jump back to kind of the brawl going on with Zoro, Sanji, and everybody else, and Hiyori gets into a little bit of trouble, but Zoro comes to save her because obviously he's still looking out for her and whatnot, which really infuriates Sanji, and that was a pretty good thing because you got some shots of like Hiyori, she's like looking like she's in danger, and some blurbs of Sanji clearly being like, oh hey, a pretty girl, I can save her, I'm going to be her knight in shining armor kind of thing. And then Zoro saves her, and he's all broken up on the inside because one, he saved her, two, he seems to know her, which he does, and it's just not good for Sanji. We then jump to Kinemon, Ashura, and Dogstrom. Man, I've been trying to avoid saying his name because, like, his name in English is Dogstrom. I forget what the Nekomamushi's name is in English, but I don't know, it's weird. Either way, we jump to them. We're jumping around a lot in this chapter. We jump to them, and Ashura is pissed because I think it was like, Kinemon was setting fires to try to get Ashura to the area, or he was like he was kind of using that whole commotion with the fires to draw out Ashura, and I don't know, it was a whole thing, and Ashura's pissed. Clearly, Kinemon should have just been right up front with him about the whole kit and caboodle, attacking Onigashima and whatnot, and just basically put on a brave face, begged Ashura to help them out, and maybe he would have done it. But now he's pissed, and now they've kind of have to patch up their relationship. I have a feeling they will. Kawamatsu's on their side anyway, so it's like they need to get all those like samurai together. I think it was 3 samurai in addition to Kinemon, so it's like Ashura, Kawamatsu, and one other. I forget who the other one was. I don't know if we've even seen him yet. Either way, I have no doubt that they'll all come together in the end. The really big thing in this chapter is once again at the prison at Udon, and Big Mom has shown up, as we saw in the last chapter, and she's going on about the like banquet food and whatnot, and everybody's just kind of like, holy moly, Big Mom's here. Everybody's eyes are popping out, and everybody's freaking out. Even Queen is like surprised and like just blown out of the water here. Speaking of water, Kid and Killer are still submerged in the water, and Luffy's like, hey, listen, if we're not doing this anymore, maybe get them out of the water. They're gonna drown before we even decide what's going on here. But yeah, you got Big Mom going on about food and the Okirusho, whatever it's called, the giant like bounty of food. You got Chopper and I think her name is Okiku or something like that. Okiko. But those two are in the back, like being like, should we go in and help or should we stay out of the way? But ultimately, things kind of take a real weird turn here because Queen's pissed because one, Big Mom has shown up and she's wrecking up the place and messing up his whole shtick. And on top of that, like, he has not even eaten his food. On top of that, he thinks that Hiyori is dead, so he's pretty pissed already, and he has not eaten yet. When Big Mom's showing up and talking about how she's gonna eat the food, that's not super great for him. Meanwhile, he was getting angry at Luffy for shooting his mouth off. So things are kind of going a little weird at the Udon prison right now. And that's when we get the big reveal. He kind of slowly changes into it, but he's like shadowed out. But we get a big reveal that he is a dragon ancient model devil fruit user, and his animal is a Brachiosaurus, and he looks pretty cool. That being said, I did not expect him to be a Brachiosaurus. I don't know what I expected him to be, but it certainly was not a Brachiosaurus. I guess was King was like a pterodactyl or something like that, and I think it fit him. But I guess I just, based on his look and his just base look, how he looks when he's in his human form, I don't know. I guess I just never saw it coming. And you know what he didn't see coming? Big Mom basically taking his head and throwing it into the ground. The end of the chapter is Big Mom being like, shut the hell up. She wants food, and there's nothing that's going to stop her, and she basically just throws him into the ground, throwing him, and I bet everybody's surprised about that. Or maybe not, because she is a Yonko, so, I don't know, maybe this is kind of it's whatever. I don't know if he'd be down for the count, but I'd certainly, I'm not terribly surprised. Even if she lost her memory, she still got that crazy amount of strength that made her a Yonko, so I don't know. Maybe this doesn't really surprise anybody. The funny thing is that just before she throws him into the ground, Okiku and Chopper are like, well, she's actually the nice version of herself. She's lost her memory, so she's kind of theoretically a nice person. So maybe she'll get pushed around and doesn't have the fighting strength to do it. Then that's they were deciding, should they go help her or whatever? And then she threw him into the ground with zero effort whatsoever. So I don't know what's going to happen in the next chapter. I doubt that he's totally down, but certainly Big Mom is still a problem even in her nice personality. So we shall see what happens. But yeah, the big things in this chapter are the fact that Queen is a Brachiosaurus devil fruit, ancient zone dragon fruit. There are a lot of titles here on this thing. And then also that Hawkins has basically not only just regularly held Law's crew kidnapped or whatever, hostage, but he also is using them as kind of his armor to keep Law from hurting them. Plus Beppo's somewhere. I don't know where the heck Beppo went. But yeah, this was a pretty good chapter. I enjoyed all the little reveals, and the last chapter was really good too. I'm really enjoying where Wano is going with this. Second half of Wano has been super good, super awesome, I guess, in a sense. We probably got 3 or 4 more, well, maybe not 3 or 4, maybe 3 more acts to Wano. I don't know how many acts are in a Japanese stage play thing. But either way, I am looking forward to the next chapter, and at this point, we're not too far off from it. So let me know what you guys thought about this chapter down below in the comment section. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you want to see more from me, make sure to subscribe and ring the bell. That way you'll get all the notifications when I upload. Also, again, sorry, it's been a hectic week between just stuff on the weekend that I was busy with, and then I had an 11-hour shoot on Monday, so I couldn't even, if I even wanted to upload, I couldn't, or record or whatever. And then E3 has just been kind of weird. It's been a weird week. I'm sorry. We'll get back on track next week. But I will see you guys in another video. So long.